When I ran for mayor in 2007, it became apparent to me through my speaking with people, whether in coffee hours or door knocking various sections of the city, that we have a problem here in the city. And I'm not saying it's unique to Quincy, but the depth of the problem was far greater than I knew. It became apparent to me that we need to do more as a community, and that, you know, if elected and after elected and talking about the midterm, we need to elevate the discussion. We can't solve it all, but we need to elevate the discussion of the problem and how can we keep kids from going down the road, because once they get down the road, particularly when it comes to heroin, it's a difficult road back for those that make it back. There were folks that told me I'm crazy to talk about it publicly. There were other politicians, friends of mine, who said you're crazy to bring it up because you know, unless you can solve a problem, you shouldn't raise a problem. And how do you measure the success of a battle against drugs? It's tough to measure. The stats that we're getting from the public health department, from the state, it's clear and evident that we have a serious problem, and we have to do more to address it. I don't think we're any worse necessarily. It's a question of the community acknowledging the problem and dealing with it. I remember years ago when Bill Delahunt was the DA, he said per capita, the drug problems were higher percentage-wise in the suburbs out in these towns, and you know, at that time he was talking about because there was little to do. So I don't think it's unique to Quincy by any means, but anytime we lose any kid to this issue, it's an important issue. We ought to be doing more about it. So again, not only as mayor, certainly using this as a bully pulpit, if you will, a little bit on the issue, but also as a father of three coming up. It disturbs me greatly when I read about every time we lose a kid to the scourge. We've had discussions with the school committee, certainly with the superintendent, about really adding in that 9th, 10th grade curriculum. This is the DARE program, which is debatable how successful it is. The police work hard on it. There's programs in the middle school on health, and they work in drugs and alcohol. When you get to high school, it stops. They do some special programs from time to time, around prom time and all, but a regular piece of the curriculum wasn't happening. So that's the area we're trying to tackle. Particularly 9th grade, you're going into a new environment. The high school, it's a big new world. The pressures, the peer pressure, the stress of it all. You're more susceptible, I think, at that age, maybe to fall into that. So we are doing some things to strengthen that high school experience with the whole teaching and education on the issue of alcohol and drugs. I have no tolerance for any drug dealers, no matter where they are, but the message is going to be clear. If you're going to deal drugs in Quincy, you're going to get caught and you're going to be punished for it. We have an excellent drug unit in our police department. Our enforcement, the arrests are up dramatically on drugs, particularly dealing. We've added some new police dogs to the effort. We're going to do everything in our power to continue that, even during these difficult times, to continue that as a priority in our police department. No question, we have no tolerance in here in Quincy for any drug dealing.